A conclusion.
Thank you, Chair.
Yes, Senator Sifuna.
Thank you, Chair. First, I want to start by reading to the witness the definition of a public office under Article 250. Chair, 260. Chair, the definition, public office means an office in the national government, a county government, or the public service if the remuneration and benefits of the office are payable directly from the consolidated fund or directly out of money provided by Parliament. Having read that to you, Mheshimiwa DMK, is it still the position of the Meru County Assembly that the position of Ambassador of Meru Hustlers is an office in the public service? With that definition in mind, is it still your position that the office of Ambassador of Meru Hustlers or Patron of Meru Youth Service, doing no salary from the consolidated fund, is still an office in the public service? Yes or no?
It's still my position that it's...
You do understand that the Constitution is the supreme law. What the Constitution says is the law is the law. Is it still your position, even with that knowledge now of what the definition of public office is, that this position of Ambassador for Meru Hustlers is a position in the public service?
No.
Thank you. Now, you had told us, or you played a video of this first gentleman speaking at some rally on the question of messages or SMSs from Honorable Mburi Apuri, the allegation of 10 million. Why is a speech by this first gentleman forming the basis of allegations against the county governor? What is the nexus between the things that a spouse says and their spouse? How does it attach to the governor?
So probably the video was not played in full, or when I was making that particular translation of the video, the governor came because she was in that meeting and continued and picked up from where he had left about the same allegation that the husband made.
But can we at least agree that spouses can have their own views, points of view, and ability to comment, freedom of speech, to speak about matters within their knowledge and purview?
But when the speech makes things that are touching on the governor...
Just say yes or no.
No.
Is it possible you and your wife can both speak on an issue and not be, you be dragged through a recall process in the assembly?
Depends on the nature of that speech my wife would have made, and as to whether I was there or I confirmed it.
Thank you.
Yes.
Now, you also... Yes.
You are making a very important point. Honorable Kyogora.
Yes, Chairman.
God forbid, if your wife stole, would you be charged with the offense of stealing as the spouse?
Of course not.
So what Edwin is asking you, or Senator Sifuna is asking you, is how does the offense of the first gentleman constitute a charge against the governor?
If you listen keenly to what the transcript, what the spouse said is, Mpuru Aburi has been sending messages to the governor, who is my wife. So we believe him because they live together, that he should be paid 10 million shillings. So the governor has not refuted it by saying there are no SMSs or there are SMSs between Mpuru Aburi. She has not even attacked it in her replying affidavit to deny that those SMSs the husband is alluding to are with her, and that the MP for Tigania East has brought pending bills to be paid and 14 companies to be given tenders. Does the spouse of the governor give any tenders? Is he the CEO of the county?
You've made your point. You've made your point. But my brother, in the interest of justice, if all of us were to be held responsible for what our spouses do, prison would be full of innocent people. You see, in this particular case, and the lawyers are in this room, the offense committed by the first gentleman was slander against the various parties, character assassination and slander, right? So how would you charge the wife with character assassination and slander that was committed by the husband?
Yes, Honorable Chairman, that is one video, assuming that we do not charge the governor, like you have alleged, because of the mistakes of the husband. Let's go to the other video, where now the husband is alleging that these people, and inciting the public against two leaders who are popular in Meru, that is the Honorable Senator, and the CS, actually in the home turf of the CS, and alleging that these two people, the spouse speaks in the other video. Let's cast aside this video. There is this other video now. The spouse speaks that these people are demanding a share of the county government so that they can take the governor to the president, so that they can allow her to have access, or I don't know to who, to the powers that be, according to the spouse. And the governor comes and confirms, picks it up from there, and continues in a similar manner. Do we adduce that previous video that Senator Sifuna is talking about? The governor picked up from where the spouse left. But because it's not here, we can address ourselves to this video, whereby the governor has picked up from the husband and continued the same verification campaign. So when your spouse
Chair,
makes allegations,
sorry
then you
to
pick from
intervene.
there.
He is now testifying, he is not answering questions. And you were very clear, you told him to answer yes or no.
No.
You've given your evidence. I'll protect you, Kiogora, because you must win your case. That's why you have come here.
Perhaps, Chair,
Senator Sifuna?
out of that inquiry, I can ask a question. If somebody calls me a thief today and makes an unsubstantiated allegation that I'm a corrupt person or I am a cartel, the normal recourse is for me to sue them for defamation. Have any of the people who you have said are complaining about this vilification filed any cases against the governor and the spouse on the basis of criminal or even civil defamation? Yes or no?
None of them has.
Okay, thank you. Now, there was a question of the so-called vilification of the Catholic Church, and maybe some of the things that you are alleging were lost in translation, because you took us to the transcripts that start at page 108. I am lost. Can you show me with exactitude where the governor says the Catholic Church stole land in Igoji? I am struggling to find it in that translation. Can you point me to the page where that is?
I think
Is there a page? Just give me a page. If you don't know where it is, you just say you don't know where it is. Where in the transcript can I see the translation of the governor saying that the Catholic Church stole land?
Counsel, you are free to assist him. Counsel,
it was one.
you are free to assist him if there is such a page.
Chair, I hope you'll pause my time. Thanks.
During evidence, you referred us to page 109.
Yes.
So I don't know whether you are still on that page.
If you look at the last part where it's translated,
Yeah.
because that land does not belong to my son, the land in question now in Negoji, it is not my land or home. I am protecting the wealth of the children and the male and Meru people. And even
So
in our own evidence,
please, Mheshimiwa, in this document, the
Yes.
one you have filed, this is your own document.
yes,
There is no place where there's a translation of the governor uttering those words. Maybe it exists somewhere else, but not in these documents. You agree with me?
what is the context that you are speaking
The
in
context
page
might not be
109?
here. That's what I'm saying.
It's
In
there.
these documents, the one that you filed, you can't point me to where the governor is saying those words from her mouth. They are not there. Let's move on. The video on this question of a forceful entry to the assembly, the video that you played actually stops where the governor has reached at the door of the assembly. Do you have video of what happens before she gets into the assembly? Is there video?
There must videos.
There is that
of
video.
what was transpiring outside the doors.
No. After she got, you showed us her walking with a team of people
Yes.
until the door, then the video cut there.
Yes.
Is there video of what transpired at that door? So that we can see that forceful entry, because we didn't see it. Do you have the video?
The video can be obtained,
Thank you. Then
but the forceful entry also comes right from the gate.
Just a minute, we'll just go together. There's no problem.
Yeah.
You told us that there was a communication the night before that it might not be desirable for her to come, even after she had been formally invited to officially open the assembly. Is there that communication in your bundle of documents? Which page can I find it?
There is no communication
There
there,
was
but
no
it has been
communication.
provided for in the videos.
There is a video of that communication to her.
No, where the MCAs, the previous day, where the MCAs and the speaker were addressing the median and requesting the governor, due to the atmosphere that we have in, it's not appropriate to proceed with the planned
So
address.
there was no formal letter to the governor telling her that, yes, ignore that initial invitation, the atmosphere is not okay. There was no such
I've
letter.
not found out from the speaker whether there was one.
Okay, let's go to the question of the waiver of the bills. You said in your testimony that this is something that has to be done by the CEC of Health. At the point the governor was making that pronouncement, who was the CEC of Health?
There was none in office.
There was no
at that
CEC
time.
of Health at that particular point.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Under Section 30 of the County Governments Act, whose mandate is it to structure the county government in the manner that she or he feels desirable to,
It's the county executive committee.
Are you sure? Because
Yes.
you can read that section for me.
Yes.
Mr. Mheshimiwa DMK.
It's the County Governments Act,
Mheshimiwa DMK.
and I can read. Yes.
At the national government, the president forms government once he wins the election. In the counties, the governor forms government. Anything else is wishful thinking. Edwin, continue.
My last question, Chair, so that I yield time. There was a notice to the governor to appear for these proceedings that you showed us on your bundle of documents.
Yes.
How was that notice served on the governor? Was that notice served on the governor?
Yes.
How was it served?
I took one copy. The clerk took the other to the governor's secretary.
So you have a copy with an acknowledgement stamp that you can show this committee?
That the governor received the motion.
Yes.
The fact that she went to court the following day because
Just a minute.
they refused to stamp it, the secretary, but the rules of service state that even you can serve electronically or you can leave
Mheshimiwa DMK,
at the door.
I am a lawyer. I know
Yes.
the rules of service. That's why
Yes.
I was asking you, how was it served? So you
Yes.
can tell us it was by WhatsApp, it was by email. Just tell us how was it served.
I took one copy to the governor's office and found the secretary together with the clerk, and the secretary refused to stamp received, but she took the documents and the flash drives containing the evidence.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Chair. I yield my time.
We shall manage. All of us shall have a bite at this cherry. Tobiko.
Thank you, Chair. I'll move very fast on my questions, Chair. Chair, I want to state again that the EACC letter is asking the governor to respond to allegations. EACC, at least as per the documents provided, is yet to find the governor culpable. There is no evidence here to show us anything to the contrary. It's asking the governor to respond to allegations. Chair, in these purported recruitment public forums, because that's what it has been made to look like, were there any appointment letters that were issued? It's simple, yes or no?
No. None that I'm aware of.
All right. The municipality or the people who are alleged to have been appointed to the municipal, the people were lined up, and you have confirmed that these are not members of the municipal board, yeah?
Yes.
Therefore, it then amounts to a nullity. If they were not members of the board, you will not have said that the governor interfered with the functions of the municipality?
She did interfere.
How?
By appointing a committee to do the work that they do. You have two bodies now doing the same job, likely to draw more conflicts within the county when there is a body that you could have easily summoned and given them and told them or even have them in that very meeting because they were gazetted.
Is there a gazettement or something showing that this team that were paraded in a public baraza have been appointed?
It's the
Whereas
governor's
there is another
declarations.
team in office? Yes or no?
There is no gazettement.
There is no gazettement.
Yes.
Now, I think just to follow up, same question that Honorable Sifuna has asked. This man, Murega Mbaisho, is he on trial in this Senate today?
He is not.
All right, thank you. On the County Assembly bundle of documents, volume 2, page 57, and if we can just look at it very fast, page 57, powers of Board of Cities and Municipalities, that is Article 21A. It says the municipality exercise executive authority as delegated by the county executive. So it is actually the county executive that delegates power to the municipalities. Yes or no?
That's correct.
So then the county executive is supreme. They can delegate whatever powers they want to the municipality, at least according to this article. Now, you have also confirmed that the governor has not expended any public money. The governor has not passed any budget. The governor has not paid any ghost workers. Would we then say that this is a wild goose chase?
No, we cannot say that, and at no point did I say the governor is... The question that I was asked was whether the governor is operating within a budget, and I said yes. She does have the budget that was passed during the previous government that she has continued to work with, to give tenders, to pay for services and such, and pay salaries. The budget of the previous government is the one that she is using.
Chair, my last question.
Yeah.
In cross-examination, the mover of the motion suggested that the governor should not reorganize the executive. Is this the true position? Because my thinking is that the county governments are like the replica of the national government at a lower level. Today, the President of the Republic of Kenya can reorganize his executive as long as that is a way to give better service to the people. Are you saying that this is not the case at the county level?
It's not because of a law that was passed by this parliament that the governor is supposed to follow. It's called the Public Appointments County Approval Act of 2018.
What does it say?
2017. It says as follows, number 10, rejection of nomination. Where the nomination of a candidate is rejected by a county assembly, the appointing authority shall submit to the county assembly the name of another candidate, and the procedure for approval specified in this act shall apply accordingly. 2, a nominating authority shall not resubmit the name of a candidate whose nomination has been rejected by the county assembly unless the circumstances relied upon on the rejection of the appointment of the candidate did not exist or cease to exist at the time of rejecting the nomination of the candidate. Therefore, that is what she should have done.
So if today I'm the governor of Kajiado and I decide that my cabinet will not be 10 CCs, it will be 6, I will be out of the law?
No, you are right to do that as the governor before bringing the names to the county assembly. Actually, you can even have 5, even though the law has given you the power to have 10, a maximum of 10, for example, you can bring 5 to the assembly. But if the assembly approves 2 names out of the 5 that you brought, it doesn't mean you go and now do what you should have done if it assumed you knew what the assembly will do. And you are circumventing the requirement of this act to submit new names to the assembly. Reorganization should have been done when you're bringing the first list in the first place.
Okay, I just wanted yes or no. Chair, my take is that the information should be verifiable data. There is a clip, and I think Senator Sifuna has spoken to it, a clip of Mca speaking and saying his own things. I don't think that can be held against the governor. There's in another clip, I don't know whether it's the same clip, that the governor says she has full bread, not mkate nusu. When she says full bread or mkate nusu, you know, we cannot start concocting what she meant, because she could as well have meant bread in her house, bread in the kitchen, that she's not ready to share with any other person out there. Yes or no?
Honorable Senator, I don't think they were discussing breakfast in that forum.
But we cannot start adducing things that may not have been meant by the governor. Thank you.
Honorable colleagues, our two senators have done 14 minutes. So I want us to stick to clarifications. Maruma,